another news and updates video for the ones who are following the channel and want to know everything that happens and what will happen in the next couple of months. So the first thing you've probably noticed is that last week I've uploaded 6 videos and they all revolve around a single subject, which is this project that I made. It's basically an introduction kit for electronics. It's called Build a Piano, and it's as straightforward as that. You build an 8-note a device that plays 8 notes and pretty much feels like a real piano. Some points about this project, if you're wondering. The thought behind it was, first of all, to make an introduction kit to electronics, which is aimed for children 13 years and older. The first goal was to make it actually fun and not like I was introduced to it when I was a child with an experimental kit that just took me through basic resistance and turning on LEDs and calculating different resistors and all sorts of combinations. I think that today there is a much higher sort of stimulation point at young ages, and you can pretty much take it as far as you can with electronics, but I think that giving it in a sort of full product thing that you just build, you just spend an hour or two building, and then you end up with this device, no leftover components, nothing goes back in the box, you can put it nicely on your table, you can learn about it, and it's more stimulating than just receiving a box of components and start going through a whole series of experiments. That is the first idea, that is actually fun. You can build it, you can learn from it, then you can also play with it. The second goal was to keep it as low cost as possible. So if you look today, you will find that most electronic kits for beginners, they're pretty expensive, and if they're not expensive, then they're crap. The more high-end ones, which come with like a whole control panel with a breadboard stuck on it that can give you different calculations and things like that, they go up to the several hundreds of dollars. They can reach pretty high prices, and they would supply you with a lot of knowledge, but then again, for a beginner, you need to cram all this knowledge into the time slot that they would give this kit a chance, let's say until they get bored from it, and then they would just put it on the side. And the rest of the kits that you can find on the market, they're almost all of them heavily based on microcontrollers, and that also makes things expensive. But that, when you come to microcontrollers, you're more focusing on the programming aspect, and you don't really get anything about the electronics themselves. So this kit, pretty basic as it can get. It uses just a 555 timer. You have many examples on it on my channel. So just a timer and a bunch of resistors, and we're basically just producing different frequencies. And that means that it's low cost. If this kit were to be mass produced, then you could pretty much give it at a retail price of about $10 per piece. And I think that for that price and the amount of value that you can get out of it with the learning and everything that is explained about this, how it works and how you calculate things and how these chips work from the inside, I think that it's very important to learn at a young age and understand, so that later when you really start dealing with embedded electronics and microcontrollers, you actually have a clue about what you're trying to do and how to get there. So that's the whole point behind that project, and I have several more kits ready. I just need to make videos for them, but they will be released later on. Every few months I'm going to release one, just not to sort of change the whole thing of the channel. The second thing, if you're wondering what's going to happen in the next few months, I'm going to focus mainly on the Z80 build. I really want to finish it, and I gave this project I already started with it, but from here on I gave it a sort of a schedule, and I'm going to focus on at least getting the main board done within the next 3 or 4 months. Nothing about the whole system, the system bus with the cards. I also need to find a screen, an old CRT screen with an MDA 9-pin connection, and they're also not cheap, and you can't really find them anywhere. But that's going to be the focus for the next few months. Right now you're seeing me working on the next video, the part 2 of the tutorial demonstrating about execution cycles, which I've uploaded 2 weeks ago, and we're going to have a more in-depth look into that circuit, and I'm going to upload it this weekend. But that's it. That's what's going to happen with the channel for the next few months. You're going to see more circuits involving digital electronics and computing, and here and there when I have some sort of a unique ID or something nice that I want to show, then I would also upload it. That's it. Hope you liked the good news or bad news. However, definitely not bad news, but I hope you liked the news anyway, and keep following, and that's it. Thank you for watching.